It's your boy Tris Taylor, crap cutter, sales master, and you already know the king of closing. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to follow up with a prospect without being pushy, annoying, and getting that close. Because I get it. Don't know if you should call again, don't know what you should say the next time, don't know if you're being too pushy or if you're being too scared. I get it. To be honest with you, most of you are probably being too scared, but let me break it down. And make sure that you have liked and subscribe and be ready to comment, because I told you guys I was here and I was here to stay. So let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to break down what a follow-up call is and why we do them, right? Now, first thing I'm going to give you a gem, just a throwaway one, you can just have for free, right? When you say the term, I'm chasing a deal, you're already on the back foot. You should always be driving a deal in, right? So sales reps out there that say, yeah, I've got to chase him in. No, you've got to drive the deal all the way home. Remember that, right? I want you to remember the analogy. You know, you've got that friend who drives their car comfortably, doing 3 or 4 other things, which I don't promote, by the way, YouTube, but they're just comfortable, right? Then you've got the people that push and pull. When you're a sales master, you drive home comfortably. You know how it goes, yeah? You know the vibes. Cool. So the follow-up is you following up with a prospect, right? So you've had a conversation, and what we're going to focus on today are people that are still semi-interested. If you want to know how to deal with people that are not and how to turn a no into a yes, I've done a whole other video on that. Go and check that out. But today we're going to focus on those that are half interested, giving a bit of rapport, said to call you back, or it's a cold call and said to call them back, right? The reason for the follow-up is either to call them back because you never got through a pitch, or to drive that deal home, right? They've said they need to think about it, speak to a partner. Your job is to follow up with them and drive the deal home. Now, the first thing, which is absolutely banned if you are anywhere near me or the CTC Sales Academy, is the cliche line, hey there, John, I'm just following up. Please, all right? Cut the crap. These are the most cliche things to ever say to a prospect. When a prospect hears them, most of them feel like they're listening to a salesperson. Triggers go up, barriers go up, so immediately you've lost a sense of rapport. I'm just following up. Especially here in Dubai's real estate game, right? I'm just following up. Let's cut the crap on that. So, cool. You've spoken to the prospect, you've gone through a pitch, they said they need to think about it. The first thing that's very, very important is to understand why you are following up. You are following up for a few reasons, but these reasons can change. You have a scenario of where you're following up to close, and then you have a scenario of where you're following up to stay at the forefront of their mind, right? So let's go with the forefront of their mind for now. Rather than you just following up, one of the biggest keys as to how I follow up and why I end up closing probably 8, 9 out of 10 deals is because my follow-ups don't sound like I'm even calling to close. If anything, they just sound like I'm catching up with an old friend. So I'll give you an example. Hey there, John. John, just a quick one. We've just released some new content on YouTube. I just thought I'd send it over to you. It's kind of relevant to what we spoke about, but I'll pop it over to you. Email, text, what's best? Okay, brilliant. And how are you at the moment? Everything good? Perfect. All right, look, wish you all the best. That, for me, is my first stage of a follow-up, right? Now, that's just to stay at the forefront of the mind. I'm not calling back for a close, but let's say, for example, someone has said to me on a Monday, I need to speak to my partner, look, I can have a decision by Wednesday, which, by the way, I'm not a massive fan of, but okay, it happens, right? So on the Tuesday, for example, what I'd do is I'll touch base, right, before the Wednesday. Hey there, James, how you doing? You okay? Quick one. I know obviously you said you'd get back to me tomorrow, not a problem. I was thinking about something. We've got something we're sending out to clients today. I think it's good to send out to you. I'm gonna get this sent over to you. Have a look at it. Let me know if you've got time to give me some feedback on it, yeah? Perfect, all right. Take care, wish you all the best. Short, sweet, in and out, right? Why? Because your aim is to stay at the forefront of their mind. Some of the problems you can face in this scenario, especially with the real estate brokers, especially here in Dubai, but this is for everyone, yeah? I'm not discriminating. Now the problems are, what most people find on a follow-up is their follow-ups are usually over text or over email. I do not follow up over text or over email unless I absolutely have to. Very, very rarely do I have to. I will pick up the phone or I'll send a voice note at the worst case. Why? Your follow-ups over email are weak. If I get an email right now from something that I've been thinking about buying, it's just an email. There's no sense of pressure, there's no sense of commitment. I don't even really have to respond to it because I don't feel obliged to, right? If I get a phone call, however, then it's a whole different sense of commitment. I'm committed time to listening and speaking to you, and on top of that, you can hear my tone. If you're following up with someone and you can't hear their tone, hesitations, how long it takes them to say things, then you don't even know where they really are on the spectrum of the sell. up, right? Remember, the aim of the follow-up is for you to move the needle closer to the close. Remember, if you watch my videos, you know that the main focus is to always get closer to the close. So if that is the focus, then what are we doing sending an email? How are you going to find out where someone really stands via an email? You're not. So guys, cut the crap on the emails, cut the crap on the text messages, pick up the phone and just call them. Hear them out. There's nothing like a phone call. Worst comes to worst, voice note. Voice notes are good. The only thing is that they could still reply to that whenever they're ready. They may not have the read messages on, right? But voice notes are good. Another reason it's important that you speak to them. Your tonality is influential. It's influential to the human brain, right? But if they don't hear that tonality, if they don't feel your enthusiasm, if there's no exchange of energy, then there's no move of the needle. They don't see it in that moment as you're affecting them, influencing them in any way, shape or form. If I look at a text message right now, I just look at my phone, I go, oh, okay, yeah, crack on, right? There's no real effect. If I stop and I've got a phone call and it's like, oh, hello, hi, yep, by the way. Yeah, by the way. Then it's a whole different situation, right? So, just for you guys to understand very, very clearly, when you are following up, avoid text messages, man. Okay, another thing that I want to make very, very clear when you are following up with a prospect that has shown some level of interest. If you are left with a voicemail or a voice note or even a text or an email, right? This is for you guys who love to do the emails and the text because you're scared that you're going to get rejection on the call. I get it, right? But if you work with us, you won't be. But anyway, I digress. So if you're in those situations, the first thing what you want to do in that scenario is you want to create curiosity. Now, how do you do that? Well, you definitely don't do that by picking up the phone and going, hey there, James, just following up. Just wanted to find out where you were with your decision. Shaggy? No. All right? What you want to do is create curiosity. So I'll give you an example. One of my famous signature ones that everyone in the academy will know. And Bex, one of the members of my team, asked me to elaborate on this video. So Bex, this is for you. First and foremost, I always have an idea. The reason I'm giving you a call back is because something's happened, right? It's not just a follow-up. No, this isn't routine. This isn't robotic. This is personal to you. I'm calling you, James, because I just thought of something that you said yesterday, right? So first and foremost, something that I would do, especially if someone is absolutely avoiding me. We've all been there, right? You know when someone's avoiding you, they're online, not replying, not picking up your phone calls. Hey there, James, quick one. Give me a call as soon as you can. I've just had an idea. That is my follow-up. Give me a call as soon as you can. I've just had an idea. Now, what Bex asked me was, what if you don't have an idea? Well, you need to have one, right? What you need to do is first and foremost, you say it. Then when they do give you a call back, remember, you had a reason you was calling them in the first place. What was your plan originally, right? It definitely shouldn't be just following up just to see where you were with things. No, right? So let's say, for example, they do pick up or they do call you back, because it works very, very successfully. Hey, James, quick one. James, I was thinking about something. So I was speaking to my manager, right? And I know you mentioned that right now is not the best time because you're looking at budgets and whatnot. Tell me something. If there was an adjustment on the time frame, this is just an example, by the way. If there was an adjustment on, the price, if there was an adjustment on the way we had the offer or the bundle, if we could put together something that was suited, tailored for you, would that change things or would you still sort of be in the same position? This is the idea. That's the idea, right? This is the idea. That's the idea I've had. I've spoken to my manager and the idea I've had is that we may be able to change things for you. Now, the reason I've asked it in that way is because I'm closing as well at the same time. I want to work out where they really are. If things changed, would that change for you? If things changing wouldn't change things for your prospect, then your prospect is really lying about where they are on the spectrum. Now, that's fine, but the good part about that is you've identified it. And then if you do hear a hesitation, a potential objection, address it. Okay, no problem. Look, if that doesn't really change things, what would you say it is that would? Because I mean, you said it was budget, right? Is it budget? Is there anything else that you can tell me? I'm a big boy, I can handle it. Uncover, unwrap, unravel. You want them to start speaking more about what the real objection is, because if you know and you follow us enough, you will know that the first objection is never the real one. Cut the crap. Now, remember, when you are following up, you never want to ask questions like, when would be a good time to give you a call back, right? Now, remember, when you're setting up a follow-up call, you never want to say things like, when shall I give you a call back? You want to tell them, all right, look, I've got 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. What's the best time for you? They turn around and say 6. I can't do 6, but let's do the day after. The reason why you do that is because you want the conditioning to be good. You want to be in control of when that call is. You want to take charge of when that call is. You're in charge of that. Never forget that. Now, another thing, I want you to always remember this, guys. In our closer commandments in the academy, most of what your prospects tell you is a lie. Buyers are liars. So don't believe what you are told. Question further, interrogate a bit more, just have the right tonality and don't be too aggressive about it. That's it. Now, for those people who love to follow up on the emails, like I said, create some sense of urgency and intrigue. Drop the email, hey there, James, how you doing? Give me a call as soon as you can, we just had an idea. I wouldn't even stray from that, guys, to be honest, right? I would stick to that. I wouldn't say much more. Worst comes to worst, you get a rebuttal. Yeah, we was just thinking about it, now's not the right time. Don't try, I wanna make this really, really clear. Don't try and overcome an objection via technology. You call your prospect. If you get a long message from a prospect that says, you know, I was thinking about it, now's not the right time, budget's not the right time, think we'll move forward later on in the year, do not respond with an objection handle. Don't even respond. If you do respond, worst case, just say, I'm gonna give you a call, when's a good time? And call, then have the conversation, unravel. Hey James, got your message, upbeat tone. I know you said that now's not the right time. What would you say it was that caused that? Unravel, and then go back to handle the objections. Guys, please stop trying to handle objections via text message. Please stop. Let me elaborate on why, right? If I've got an objection and I send you a long text message about it, I half care and I'm half gettable. The reason why I'm sending you the message, because if you call me, you might close me. You might, and I know that. So let me just send a message. It's cowardly, right? It's like trying to break up with your girl over a text message. You know if she cries, you're gonna feel a way about it. So you just send a text message, not from experience, right? But you get my point. So what you wanna do is you wanna get on the phone and call, right? Then that way you eradicate that barrier of the phone. Eradicate it, get rid of it. That's just a smoke screen. What you wanna do is get to the real core of what there is, and then you wanna deal with it, you wanna battle it. You want to be able to combat it. You're not going to be able to do that over a text message, right? When they text you a long text, they're gettable. The only time they're not and they're absolutely done is if you've sent you this, or for example, you've called them and said, look, not interested, sorry, and they've hung up the phone. Then you don't want to bother them and become a bugaboo, right? But this is me teaching you how to follow up without being a bugaboo. Nothing I've taught you so far makes you a bugaboo, right? Because you are just offering new information, new value, and you've had a thought. Now, another key to your follow-up calls is you want to focus on results, value, right? So for example, let's say the follow-up call is you've called up and then they've said, oh, not now, now's not the right time, call back on Monday. First call, right? First call. What you want to turn around and say when you do the follow-up call, hey Jamie, just calling you back. I know you filled out a form on our website. I know you said you wanted to know a bit more about how you can improve your sales skills. I've actually got something that I think might be suited to you based on your form. I know you wanted us to give you a call back. So let me know, this is for a voicemail by the way, right? Let me know the best time to speak to you. Alternatively, if you're on the actual call, you can still do the same thing. So I'm just calling you back because I know that you said you wanted to speak a bit more about improving your sales skills. Now a good time to talk, or do you want me to give you a call back? To be honest, I'd probably even eradicate the give me the call back. I'd just say, now a good time to talk, yeah? Right, so just to go back over that in case you've missed it, you are following up from someone you've done the first cold call to and they've said, can you give me a call back, now's not a good time. That's not a write-off, but what you want to do is you want to give a call back on a stronger foot. Remember, they showed an interest, right? And this is for those who did show an interest. For those who didn't show an interest, guess what? Tell them they showed an interest, right? Because at some way, shape or form, there's somewhere they registered an interest into something. That may not be what you're selling, but they will hear that and think, oh yeah, I did 90% of the time. You're gonna get 10% of the people that will turn around and say, interest, I don't remember saying that. And if they do that, they're probably not gonna be your client, but still continue going. Yeah, you showed an interest in improving your sales skills. Is that something you've solved now, or are you sort of still looking? No, I definitely didn't. Okay, are your sales skills fine then? Well, yeah, they are. No problem, not your guy. Or what you may have is, you know, they're not fine, but I didn't show an interest. Brilliant. Okay, well, that's fine. I've got that on my system, not to worry. The reason I gave you the call was just to obviously speak a bit more about it. So you said that you have got room for improvement. In which area would you say that is, right? That's how you attack. Now, something that's really important for you guys that are following up, please remember, I had a client the other day who turned around and said to me, when they was calling this client, they was half putting the effort in because they knew they couldn't go right now and they didn't have the budget right now. So what? Cut the crap. That is someone who could buy in 6 months, 12 months, even 2 years. Some of my biggest prospects, some of my biggest clients, some of you have probably bought into our academy after watching us on YouTube, social media for years. watching myself, should I say, on the Grow Daily platform years ago, Brand Therapy podcast years ago. So there's been a sales cycle, right? And with a sales cycle, that's totally fine. What you want to understand is that the sales cycle is important. So whether this person isn't buying right now, you still want to follow up and you still want to have a certain energy exchange with them. Now, you still also want to know that they're not someone that's urgent. So with your follow-up, you may just want to build a relationship. I used to have follow-up days where I wasn't necessarily driving in the deal. It may just be my actual clients, because those follow-up calls are important as well. I mean, arguably they're nurturing calls, but they have a similar energy of you just following back up, having a conversation, right? That's the energy you want in your follow-up call, the same energy you have in your nurturing call with an existing client. Follow up just by jumping on a call. Hey Jamie, how you doing? You okay? Yeah, no, I know you wasn't making a decision yet. Just thought I'd update you because this happened with a client the other day and it reminded me of a scenario with you, right? Simple. The main part of that is understanding that people can buy at any time. So do not neglect your prospect. If someone's on a call and they turn around and say, now's not a good time, but April will be. Jot down April, set an alarm, and what you want to do above everything is you want to close on that, right? Don't just rush off the call. Okay, no problem, I'll give you a call back in April. Okay, well, what is it why April? Let them tell you more. Okay, perfect. What I'll do, I get really booked up, so let's set an appointment for, what day in April? Should we just say April the 1st, see where you are with things there? I'm very big on following up with my prospects, not just to be a jar and try and sell, walk into the elephant in the room, but just to keep you updated on the market, keep you updated on what's actually happening as well. I could do that weekly, monthly, quarterly. What sort of works for you? Would you just prefer monthly or do you just want me to give you an update when something good comes up? Guys, use these lines. I'm here filming this so you can use these lines. This is for you to use, right? Now, one of my community asked me, how do you do a second or third call follow-up without being annoying? It's all in the tone and it's all in the value and it's all in the walking into the elephant in the room. Now, in the tone, hey Jamie, you okay? How are you? All right? That sounds like someone you speak to regularly and it doesn't sound like you came for war. You didn't come for war today, all right? You just came to have a conversation. No war today, all right? Secondly, what you also want to do is you want to make sure that you've got value, right? So what's the reason for the call? Always make that clear straight away so they just disarm and they know you're not just trying to close them or sell them again. You never want them to feel like that, ever, right? And last but not least, what you also want to understand is you want to assess the right times to call your prospect, right? You want to know how regularly to. You want to understand and assess if this is worth, they said they're going to make a decision on Thursday. Was it left on the vibe of where you should leave it? And because you've sold enough and it's just a matter of if it's going to be a deal, it's going to be a deal, or do you have to do a bit more driving and do the follow-up to get them over the line? You've got to assess that. Now, the way you do that, I'll cover in another video if you want, just comment below. But the way you do that is active listening, analyzing human behavior, knowing where they really are on the spectrum. Are they close to that close or are they far away? If they're close to the close, sometimes I'll leave them the whole way, right? Just for them to understand that I don't need your business. I value it, but I don't need it. Because desperation reeks and commission breath is the worst smell ever. But if you feel they're close, if you don't feel they're closed, then do the follow-up. Let them hear your tone again. Remember, every prospect goes colder as soon as they get off the phone with you. Very, very key. Remember that. Last but not least, I'm going to give you 2 tactics that I use for my follow-ups. One of my follow-up tactics is I share new content. I'll share new content, right? I'll just give you a quick call. We just released something on YouTube. I'll send you over the link. How's everything been going there? Everything good with you? Brilliant. I'll speak to you on Thursday and I'll reaffirm that we're speaking on Thursday. Very important, guys. If you've got someone that's set up for a callback and you're doing the follow-up, always reaffirm, but in a light-hearted way, right? How's everything going? Brilliant. All right, we'll speak on Thursday. Yeah, I've got you down for 2 p.m. All right, take care. Speak to you then, right? That's my first way. Now, my second is I send over testimonials that they can relate to, right? There's nothing going to hit for your prospect like a testimonial that they relate to. Imagine you're in a situation where you're debating joining the CTC Sales Academy, you've been thinking about it, but you've got into dropshipping, it wasn't really the best for you, you've come out of that, you've looked at SMMA, you're looking at crypto, you don't know what's right for you. Probably a lot of you guys, right? Then all of a sudden, Tris, Bex, or Cam sends you over a testimonial for our latest student who was doing dropshipping, jumped into our CTC Academy, 6 to 8 weeks later, ended up making £20,000 in a month. Very doable, very achievable, right? Now, imagine how that's going to hit. You're sitting there listening to a scenario that is literally the same as yours. Imagine how that's going to hit. it's gonna hit, right? It's gonna feel personal, it's gonna feel more relatable. The main thing is you as a prospect are gonna see this as a potential for you. You're gonna be, your brain is now gonna realize, okay, if that worked for him, it could work for me. Most people in the world usually buy for the fact that they can now see that it would work for them. Most of your prospects are not buying because they believe in the product, but they just don't believe it would work for them. Now, what a testimonial does, especially on a follow-up, is it confirms for them that it could work for them, and it eradicates and lowers the doubt. Very powerful, very effective. Use it. Now, I want to leave you with one massive do not, right? Do not ghost your prospects until you have something to sell them. Follow-ups are important. Follow-ups are very similar to nurturing, right? You nurturing someone and following up with them, it's the same, different, yeah? So in that situation, you want to understand this very, very clearly. Do not leave your prospects cold and just pop up when you've got something to sell, right? It's like having a girl that you're seeing and you only pop up when you want to sell, yeah? Like you don't want to do that. You want to stay in contact with them as regularly as makes sense though. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to annoy them. You don't want to frustrate them. Everything I've taught you in this video will ensure that you don't, right? All you've got to do is have value, have the right tone, don't be too pushy, and understand that all your job is to move them along the needle. It's not always, move the needle along, should I say. It's not always you just calling to close. You're just moving that needle along and getting closer to the close, and then they will drop in. Simple as that. Guys, I hope that was valuable for you. If you want to ask me any specific questions or want me to cover any specific topics, comment below. Make sure you like and you share, but above everything, subscribe, right? I want to see new sales reps following this channel. I'm putting a lot of time and effort. I'm actually doing a video every single day this month, sometimes even 2. The work rate's ridiculous. Remember, if you want one-to-one help or you want to join our WhatsApp community, which is only £1, drop us a message. DM us WhatsApp, whatever that may be, whatever platform that may be, and we'll get you signed up. And you'll get value like this every single day, free of charge, really. Once you've paid that £1, I mean, what's £1? I don't even know if £1 even works in trolleys in the UK anymore. Does it actually work in trolleys in the UK anymore? Let me know. Guys, I'm out. Peace.